welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on TGLRadioshow.com. We are opening minds, living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in. We have a full studio today. I am so excited. We're going to have lots of fun this morning. If you don't know about the show, something's wrong with you. But we do have a theme each and every week, and this week's theme is balance. So we break it down and we look at it from all different perspectives. So I have the studio full with all of my favorites for the first Tuesday of the month. I have none other, starting from my right. Henry, you're first, but you're a guy. But that's okay. I'm just going to go around the table. We have Henry Jolly, our resident relationship therapist, in the studio. Good morning, Henry. How are you?
Good morning, world. I've been great.
He said, good morning, world. I've been great. Well, you can't just pass it. We have to know how we can get in touch with you.
Oh,
because somebody out there needs your services.
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Henry Jolly _counselor. And also my phone number is 504-259-8671. Anybody that needs counseling services, just let me know.
Just let him know. And we are going to continue to go around the table this morning. We have none other than Everything Elz in the studio. She is here the first Tuesday of every month to make you crack up, to make you cry, to make your side hurt. She is an amazing comedian and actress from New Orleans, but she is taking over the world. Good morning, Elz. How are you?
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Girl, we are amazing. Y'all about to balance me out this morning. Tell everybody how they can follow you.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at everything_Elz, as well on Twitter as everything_Elz. So follow me for more laughs and comedy.
I'm not ready. And last but not least, we have Dr. Tammy Wilborn in the studio with us this morning, of course. And we want her to tell us how we can get in touch with her. But also, she has a very special event coming up next month. I can't even believe it is like creeping up on us. So please tell us how they can get in touch with you and how they can become a part of your experience.
Yes, the second annual Black Women's Wellness Conference is January 13th, 2018, at the New Orleans Jazz Market, and we have none other than the fabulous Eileen Carter, who will be our MC for the event, so I'm very excited about that. And you can find information about that event under Eventbrite, BWWC18, eventbrite.com. You can also find information about the event on Facebook under Black Women's Wellness Conference 2018. And Wilborn Clinical Services is also on the web, www.wilbornclinicalservices.com, or you can give us a call, 504-509-3995.
All of that for all of us, and that is who we are. So make sure you go on TGLRadioshow.com, hit the watch now button, and you can see what's going on right now in studio. We are live. You can hit the podcast button, and you can subscribe to our channel. So make sure you do that so you never miss a show. Okay, back to Relationship Tuesday, y'all.
Yes.
We all need a little bit of this in our lives. Y'all laughing. I'm so serious. Balance. We looked at it from an interesting point of view yesterday with Henry Bolden. If you did miss that show, you can go on TGLRadioshow.com and catch up with us there. But we're going to look at it from a different point of view with everyone in here. And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't even have, points to, let's point us in direction. I kind of just wanted to see what the flow was, kind of what your thoughts were on the topic and not really guided this morning. I kind of wanted to be we literally have reality radio, but this is really, really going to be reality radio. So whatever pops up in your mind with regard to balance, I'd love your thoughts, especially, with Henry and Dr. Wilborn and of course Elz as well. We're all different ages, and I love having, and at different points, Tammy, and at different points in our lives, kids, young kids, older kids, Tammy, you have a child who's going away, Elz actually
to college,
to college.
That could be something different.
To college, Elz actually teaches kids, so we all have them from different points of view, and we need balance in our relationships but also with taking care of ourselves, and too often we don't do enough of that. Look at Elz's face. Too often we don't do enough with that. So who wants to jump in first? Y'all slow?
I think with any balance in a relationship comes communication. That's such an important factor, is to communicate everything, not just with your relationship with your partner, but relationships in general, with friendships and work relationships, things like that. You always need to communicate and take care of yourself. That's your number one priority with anything. I think we take care of other people, our relationships, our work relationships. We always look out to take care of other people and forget to take care of ourselves, you know? So you need to communicate. You're like,
girl, my nail's not done right now. What you talking about?
We need to communicate that to ourselves to make sure we take care of ourselves. You know, that keeps us in balance. You know what I mean? So that's very important in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I mean, you know, I think I was just having this conversation with a colleague yesterday. She and I were talking about an upcoming project, and she was saying how she has a problem communicating and saying to people no, right? Like letting people and being okay with saying no, because she's a people pleaser, and as a lot of people are. And so, you know, along with what Elz said, not only communicating, but also being willing to say no and not not taking on more than you know you are capable or willing or even want to take on. But a lot of people don't do that for a number of different reasons. So being able to say no is also a way of I think, bringing some balance and also taking care of yourself.
How healthy is it to say no? Why is it important? And I'm going to throw that at Dr. Wilborn and then Henry, because, look, he's marrying over there, and I already know Henry's about to buzz it up.
I got the engine started.
Right? I was like, I already know Henry is going to buzz it up. How important is it to say no, Dr. Wilborn? Like, you know, just like you said, so many of us are people pleasers. Sometimes it's physically hard for us to say no. You're like, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't want to, you know, let somebody down. But are we letting ourselves down if we keep saying yes?
I mean, I think not only are we letting ourselves down, but for some of us, it physically becomes a problem when we don't set those boundaries and say no. I mean, when you think about it, a lot of us have multiple obligations. We have work, we have family, we have some people that have work, family, school, church. You know, you have all of these different responsibilities, and so you can't be great and perfect at all of those things. And so
what are you talking about?
Because you can't. You just can't. But we try to be, because that's
right.
You know, and I think when I think about a group of people in particular, I think about black women. I think that's some of the issues that we struggle with, is this perception of us as strong women, and with that,
us super women. Look, Elz is raising
her
hand.
But we're not, because I don't.
Women. That's what they think.
I do a whole lot of stuff, but I don't have a cape nowhere. I mean, I'm a woman, but I ain't a superwoman, and so I have limitations, and I have had to learn in this age, I'm the oldest person in this room, and I'm proud of it. I had to learn how to say no and be okay with that. And for a long time, I just wasn't, because I am that person in my circle where everybody thought she could do everything. You know, she can do it all. She doesn't cry. She doesn't do it. You know, no. See me as a woman. Don't see me as some superwoman, superhero, you know, person. See me as a person first.
Henry, I'm going to throw it on you. And I have a question with it. I want your 2 cents as well as, and I know we as women feel that. Do guys feel that as well? Absolutely,
man. I think it starts when you're young. Like, you have to know when to say no. I remember being in elementary school, and I had a growth spurt eventually. But I used to be like the second shortest person in my class for, like, man, kindergarten, first grade, all the way up until like 5th grade. And I don't like to use the word bully, but girls used to just look at me like a pushover or something. They used to, like, steal my jacket and take my hat and hold it up because I'm short. Yeah, you know, it probably was like they had, like, a little crush or something. But
it didn't feel good.
I got tired of that. Like, I'm like, man, like, why are these chicks always playing with me like that? Like, I don't like it. They think it's cute, but I don't like it. So eventually, like, once 6th grade came, and I'm like, look, I'm going to just let everybody know up front. No, like, don't play with me like that. I don't like it. Straight up. I'm not going to keep laughing, ha, 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 ha. It's not funny. Right. So if you do it and I don't find it funny, I ain't laughing.
Right.
I'm not going to keep playing along with something. And that's how I live my adult life. I don't play along with stuff. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you. There's no guessing about it. I'm going to just say, look, I didn't like that. This is why. I didn't appreciate that. And what can we do to resolve it? I'm not playing along. I mean, too old for that.
I think you said something huge there, and I'm going to ask this question, throw it at Elz, but I'd love everyone to answer the question. Playing along. That is so huge in every aspect of our lives. And look, it's 11:11, so it's right on time. playing along. We do that in so many aspects of our, we do that in our relationships. We do that maybe with our children. We do that at school. We do that at work. We do that, with our job. You just play along and you don't say how you feel until it builds up. And then you are physically out of balance and out of sorts and you're not functioning properly. You may get headaches. You may not feel well. Your immune system may be down. You may get sick because you're not balanced, because you're not speaking your truth.
Right.
And you're playing along.
Yeah. I mean, then you explode, and then people like, well, what's wrong with him? I thought it was all good.
Uh-oh.
Nah, it's been not all good.
I think that really goes back to what you said about learning to say no. Sometimes as people pleasers, we just, we say yes and yes until it builds up, and then finally we explode. You know what I mean? So that goes back to just learn how to say no. And I did want to ask you, when do you think it is a good time to start saying no? Because I have that problem. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's the Virgo in me. I'm a
Henry right now.
I'm a people pleaser. It's so hard for me to say no. That's why I was so urgent that I got a manager, because I was not telling people no for things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was exhausted. I was overworked, and I forgot myself. To take care of myself.
You can't be funny if you're tired.
I cannot. I'm really mean when I'm tired. You know what I mean?
Most people are.
Take care of yourself. You know what I mean? So I think that goes back to just being in balance to say no. And be okay with it, because we can say no and then it eats away.
Yes.
Because I'd be like, oh man, I said no. I'm really exhausted, but maybe I really should have did that. Like, oh my gosh,
Can you do a video
awful.
About no?
Yes.
I need one.
I feel awful. You know what I mean? So when does it become okay?
Henry,
I can answer that. I think you should say no if it's hurting you. So if something that's really hurting you, then say no. And hey, I'm really tired. I wish I could, but right now is not a good time. I have people, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a salesman, and sometimes people ask for deals, and look, sometimes I can do deals, sometimes I can't. I'm like, listen, right now is really not a good time for me to do a deal. I got a lot going on. Can't do that today. Sorry. And I say no in a nice way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't just go with it and, but we boys and all that. Hey, listen, I really wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because it'll hurt me if I say yeah.
Right. Lee. Can't say. Good. Dr. Wilborn, get in on this.
Well, I think the question is an important question, and I think the response that Henry gave is an important response. Is when do you need to say no, and having a response at the moment that you realize that not saying no is detrimental to you. And sometimes that's hard because, again, I go back to people who have to balance multiple obligations. Sometimes you have to go through, okay, I know this isn't good for me, but if I say no, what are the consequences of that? And sometimes the consequences of saying no at times outweighs it affecting you. Henry's ready to get in on that.
You talking about Joel Osteen? Leave that man alone.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm just messing with you.
Hey, tell me. Wait, now you got to tell us.
I don't know nothing about Joel.
What are you talking about?
But
what she's done.
Well, I'm thinking about, that, especially like, for example, when I was a single mother. There were a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunities that I took, knowing that I was exhausted, knowing that I, wanted to be home with my son, knowing that there were a lot of things that I wanted to do. But that was the sacrifice that I made time-wise, physical-wise, so on and so forth, because I knew that I was trying to get to the next step. Mm-hmm. And so I think you also have to balance it. Mm-hmm. And know whether or not the consequences of saying no are going to outweigh whatever it is, that you're trying to accomplish. And sometimes that is hard to know in the moment. Sometimes you have to kind of take a step back and really reflect on, okay, what are the pros and cons of me making this decision or not?
Gotcha. Okay, well then I want to kind of push back a little bit on what Elz said and ask, what do we do when we know that no is the right answer and know that that's what we need to do, but we feel a little guilty about it? Like, I know I'm supposed to say no because it's not good for me. I do say no, but I feel guilty. Like, how can I, balance that out? Look at Henry's like, I got this. Like, how do we balance that out? I know it's the right decision. I said no and I did it, and now I just don't feel good about it.
Well, when you're a public figure like Elz, like, Stephen Curry. I don't know if y'all saw that video of
saw
that
the game
kid.
last night, though.
Did you see that kid who showed up to the Warriors game? It was like before the game or after the game. It was like his 7th birthday, and he was sitting in the crowd, and he's begging like all these players to sign his jersey. And Kevin Durant, all the other Warriors players signed it. Steph Curry, who's his favorite player, and he had his jersey on, and he's waiting for Steph Curry to come sign his jersey. And Steph Curry just looks at him and just like looks over him, and he's like, Steph, I love you, I love you. And I'm like, dang, he just dissed this man. Well, now we got phones everywhere, so somebody recorded that and posted that, and man, he's getting so much backlash for dissing that little dude. So my point is, when you're a public figure, even though he might have not wanted to do that, there are big repercussions when you say no, because in Steph Curry, his wife went on Twitter saying he was looking for a family member. Okay, I get it, but people don't care about that. You could have signed that man's jersey. Now, that's not my opinion, but that's what the world feels. He could have signed that jersey, and there's big repercussions. So you got to think, when you do say no, what bad could come from that? You know, will more damage come from that than good? So that's what you got to think about. When you're a public figure, I think, you know, it's extra things to consider.
But what if you're not a public figure?
I'm saying no. Because I'm not worrying about a backlash. Yeah. Hey, I'm not. Nah, I'm not in the public's eye, so no is no.
So people who aren't, and I want both sides of that coin. The people who aren't in the public eye, you know, saying no and you know, feeling a little bit of guilt. What is that guilt? Where is that guilt coming from, or why do we feel guilty for saying no? You know, and how do we balance that out so that you aren't feeling that way? Because I've said no and then, you know, kind of felt guilty. I'm like, but I know it was the best thing for me because I didn't feel good, or I simply didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? There are times where you're like, I simply don't want to, and I should not have to give a reason. I shouldn't have to justify that I don't want to.
Yes.
I just don't want to.
I think people, whoever you're telling no to, make you feel guilty, because the first time you tell them no, maybe it's like you never said yes. You see what I'm saying? It's like they make you feel guilty for saying no. It's like, I do this, you know, maybe it's an event or something they want you to go to, and it's like, oh, no, today I'm tired. And they're like, oh, today? No? Is she telling me no? You know? But it's like, I tell you yes all the time. Like, this one time, I need me time.
Right.
You know, this is, but people will make you feel guilty, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't like that, because I swear it's like the first time you tell them no, it's like you never said yes at all to them.
I'm going to give you some more material. What about the people who like to create your schedule? Huh. Look at them up in their faces. They all look.
You're going to plan my day for me. That's
right, yes. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
and you just like, oh, I have this one day off this weekend, and I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And then other people come and, like, create your weekend for you. And you're like,
I don't know about y'all, but let me tell you who does that all the time. Mothers. Mamas do that all the time. Oh, my daughter help you. Oh, go help your auntie. Ma. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. I'm not going to be able to do that today for you at all. Like, my mother will create your day schedule for you. She really would. Like, oh, Leah, she'll help you do that. You need, no, you're not. You need to review this with me, especially because, like, I'm very busy nowadays. Mm-hmm. I'm not, no, my little off time that I get, my little days to me, right. My bed deserves that for sleep.
Right.
You know? I really do.
And you shouldn't have to explain yourself.
Yes. Recently, my brother was trying to clean out his house or something. He just bought a new house, and my mom was like, called me and was like, "What you doing this weekend?" I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Right.
Because I know you had something planned. That's the reason you called. So I don't. Yeah, that would drive me insane. Like, do not plan my days for me.
We are going to take a quick break. Do not move your dial. We are talking about balance in, so many different aspects of our lives, especially with regard to our relationships with our significant others, with our parents, with our family, our friends, our jobs, all of it. We need a little bit more balance. And so we're going to go into the break with our brand new segment of affirmation. So open your mind. Relationship Tuesday Affirmations with Eileen. Repeat out loud or in your mind to open your mind. I am loved unconditionally exactly as I am now. I am peaceful, protected, and secure. I give and receive love effortlessly and unconditionally. I accept everyone as they are. I forgive myself and others. I am open to healthy and nurturing relationships. By repeating these affirmations, we begin to change our thoughts and our lives. Let's walk into the good life together.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tammy Wilborn, owner and Chief Clinical Officer of Wilborn Clinical Services and founder and producer of the annual Black Women's Wellness Conference. Wilborn Clinical Services provides professional and culturally responsive clinical services to meet the needs of a diverse community. Located in the historic Broadmoor community, we are minutes away from downtown New Orleans. If you're an individual, couple, or family looking for counseling in a warm, non-judgmental environment, call 504-509-3995. Are you a pre-licensed counselor looking for clinical supervision, interested in professional and personal development opportunities, or need an experienced consultant? Call Wilborn Clinical Services at 504-509-3995. Find us on the web at www.wilbornclinicalservices.com. Follow us on Facebook at Wilborn Clinical Services. Do it today, because at Wilborn Clinical Services, we build healthy community, one client at a time.
Hi, I'm Henry Jolly, your relationship expert and nationally certified counselor. Everyone at some point in their life goes through struggles. I'm a firm believer that people have the ability to will themselves into good situations, but sometimes they may need some assistance. Being a loving husband, father, and successful businessman while having a passion for the counseling profession has allowed me to gain experience with a variety of these struggles. Let's work together to achieve your individual, family, or marital potential. Come and see me at the New Orleans Growth Center, located at 3712 MacArthur Boulevard on the West Bank in Suite 209. You can reach me at 504-259-8671 or by email, which is henry.jolly@yahoo.com. Thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon.
Life Radio Show is brought to you by Carter Business Development. For information, advertising, rates, and packages, find us online at tglradioshow.com or call 504-400-7127. Open your mind and grow with the Good Life Radio Show today. Welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on TGLRadioshow.com. We are opening minds, living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in. But if you ever miss a show, you can always find us online at TGLRadioshow.com. And guess what I have coming up in the works, y'all? I have all of my shows on a new platform, Spreaker.com. I used it for a little while. I was like, but I'm back on it. And so I'm building an app. So you'll be able to get us wherever you are. So I'm working on it right now. So I want to have it done for January. So anywhere you are, you can just get the app and you can listen to us all the time. And what the best part about the app is it'll be playing all the time. So you can hear the show from the day. I'll try to figure out what times are good, probably maybe 2 or 3 times a day, and then plug in different ones as well. So it will be Good Life all the time. Yes. So we are growing. If you would like to join us, make sure you give us a call at 504-400-7127 or email me, Eileen, EILEEN at TGLRadioshow.com. Now back into the show. We have none other than our relationship therapist, resident, Henry Jolly. You can find him at where? Henry Jolly.
You can find me in. Let me stop.
You can find me in the club.
You can find me on Instagram. It's Henry Jolly _counselor. And also phone number is 504-259-8671. Once again, 504-259-8671.
And we have none other than the Everything Elz in the studio with us. She is here the first Tuesday of every month. Elz, tell them about you and how they can follow you.
You can follow me. I'm Everything Elz. You can follow me on Instagram at everything_Elz, as well on Twitter. Find me, follow me for more laughs and comedy.
Y'all, she is absolutely hilarious. Make sure you do that today. And last but not least, we have Dr. Tammy Wilborn. She gives us insight, and she be dropping the knowledge right here on the Good Life Radio Show. Dr. Tammy, how can they find you, and how can they join your wellness experience? I like to call it experience. In January.
It's definitely an experience. So the second annual Black Women's Wellness Conference, you can register on Eventbrite at bwwc18.eventbrite.com. You can also learn more about that event on the Facebook page. The community we have is Black Women's Wellness Conference 2018. And then Wilborn Clinical Services is also on Facebook under Wilborn Clinical Services. And we have a website, wilbornclinicalservices.com.
All of the above. So make sure you follow us and, use our services. Why? Because they're great. They wouldn't be here if they weren't. So back into the show. But before we go into the show, because this still has a little bit to do about balance, shout out St. Aug, because they're going to go. They have their first game today, their 8th grade, against Holy Cross. And so I was talking with Henry because, that's where he went. So there's a little rivalry up in the studio this morning. I got on my purple jacket. I have on my St. Aug jacket this morning, in honor of their first game. And Henry came in here and with some yellow on. And I'm assuming it's for Holy Cross, but you know how it is going to go down today. So tomorrow I will let you know how we whipped up on them. Yes, I'm all about it. I drank the Kool-Aid. It is what it is. So we're going to jump back into balance, opening your mind with regard to our relationships. We were talking about how people can take advantage, but take over your life, take over your time, and you literally become, out of balance. And with that happening, I'd like to see how can we put ourselves back into balance? We notice it's going on. We notice, that we're out of balance. But so many people, sometimes you're in that and you just can't see your way out. Like, how do I find my way out? And sometimes you're imbalanced in so many aspects of your life. It might be financially. It might be relationships. It may be finding your voice. It may be in all of these different areas. How do you start? Is acknowledging it kind of like step one, or I don't know. That's why I have you all up in the studio with me. Dr. Wilborn.
It certainly could be. I want to go back to a point that Elz made because I think there's an opportunity to maybe tease out another perspective. And so I think the point was that people can make you feel guilty, and, there are those people that they're so used to you saying yes that the one time that you say no, they're like often surprised and, mad and frustrated. And I think what's telling about that statement is that the time before you said no, you've been saying yes.
Yes.
And so people invite, there's this sort of saying that we like to say is, treat people how you want to be treated. And I think we've got that all wrong. I think we need to treat ourselves how we want other people to treat us. And so by doing that, we model for people how we want to be treated. And so if I have modeled for you that asking me and me saying yes is okay, they're going to do that. They're going to continue to ask you. They're going to continue to expect from you the things that you've been showing them is okay. Mm-hmm. But if you model and let people know this is my boundary, this is where I start, this is where I end, then you teach people how to interact with you. And so some people are not able to do that on their own. And so sometimes it requires reflection, but sometimes it requires professional help. Right. Go and sit down and talk with a counselor about...
Which I thoroughly suggest.
Oh, absolutely. As a counselor, I believe in counseling. I think everybody can benefit from counseling. And sometimes counselors can kind of help you sort through what are those experiences that you may have had. Henry talked earlier about childhood experiences with bullying and so on and so forth. A lot of times people have childhood experiences that affect the way they interact in relationships, mm-hmm. whether healthy or not. And so sometimes sitting down and talking with somebody professionally can help you sort of unpack those experiences that contribute to not only how you see yourself, but how you see other people and how you interact with other people. But sometimes if it's not professional help, you mentioned, Eileen, we could be out of balance financially. Again, if you know you're not a good person, you're not a good steward of your money, again, seeking out people outside of you who can help you find that balance, because sometimes it is hard to find it on your own, and you do need to go outside of yourself to help, for somebody to help you figure it out. But your point is you have to acknowledge that first, right? You have to acknowledge that this is an area you struggle in, and for some people it's hard for them to say they can know that their life is out of balance but not be willing to do something different to bring balance back to their lives.
And it's funny that I did bring up the financial, but it's funny that you kind of rounded that out, because there's so many times where that is something that it starts there. Or, something may be out of balance financially, and then, you're not talking about it. And then right, Elz is rolling her eyes. I'm going to throw it to you next. And so with that, then, you're not talking to your significant other. You are, short with your kids. And then all of your other relationships start falling out of balance because it may be one thing that has absolutely nothing to do with them. And so just speaking to that, for you all who have been watching the show and paying attention and following, y'all know I'm in counseling because I want to be a better person. I want to heal those inner child things, and anything that I need to figure out, I want to figure them out. And I know it's a journey. I will never be perfect, but I can always be whole. Yes, I love that new word. So anyway, with that being said, I decided, I'm going to go through every aspect of my life, because I know this, but I don't know that, and that. So I got a counselor, and I also went to see a financial advisor. So if y'all remember Kenneth Barnes from KB Enterprises, he started with me here. He was here for about almost 2 years, and then he grew so big and bad. He's literally all over the world. But I called him, and we sat down on Friday, and we literally laid out a plan. And I cannot tell you how much better I feel. And it's funny because I was like, now look, we're not dealing with, we are not dealing with the million. We will be, but today we're not. And so he's like, no, Eileen, this is how it works. And he showed me so many different ways that my money can grow faster than I could have ever imagined. But it's sitting down and humbling yourself to have those conversations and not being ashamed or fearful or guilty or anxious about it, because it's your money, you're like, oh, but I was like, look, this is what it is, and it can only, this is the smallest it will ever be. It will grow from here. But if I don't ever sit down and take those chances, I will always be in balance with regard to that. And with my emotions, if I don't sit down and talk to somebody and figure out why I do this, or why this works the way it is, or why I react this way, I will never find out. And so if we can go through the different aspects in our lives to find balance, I promise you it will lead to the good life. I promise, whatever that looks like for you. So Elz, with that being said, because you were nodding your head over here, what's your 2 cents on it?
Yes, I agree with everything, especially the financial aspect. I think once you get your finances in order and everything else becomes clear-minded. My mom used to tell me all the time, it's the same thing with a house, like your cluttered house, you can't really think. Mm-hmm. You think like my house is just junky or dirty. I'm fine though. That's not what's cluttering my mind. But You'll be surprised how if you walk into a room and once it's clean, your mind, you really feel relaxed. Like, man, I can really.
Girl, I'm going home and finish cleaning my house.
Yes,
Thank you, Elz. I had a load on the sofa. I need to fold.
Mop, girl, you be all on top of the ceiling sweeping. Yes. You don't even know what you're doing with the broom on top of the ceiling. You be sweeping, just trying to clean up that house.
That fabulosity.
Yes.
On point, smelling good.
But I think it's just like clutter. It's like clearing your mind, and that creates a balance. The same way with finances or work environment or anything like that. And that goes back to communication, you know. If you, not just with your finances, but any work relationship, personal relationship, if you communicate whatever problems you're going through, to your spouse or to your partner or to your friends or family, it creates less clutter in your mind, and that gives you a smooth, concrete balance, you know. So. Yes. I agree with everything, especially the counseling. Girl,
yes.
You sign me up.
Girl, sign me up.
Make me feel a little whole.
All right, Henry, go ahead. Give us that male perspective.
When I hear the word balance, when it comes down to relationships, I think it's important to balance responsibilities. So you kind of know what your role is in a relationship, because, let's face it, nobody's perfect. And one person shouldn't be doing everything. And also, people don't like to talk about this, but there's always, you have to have a balance of power, too. And, man, a lot of people have issues because it's a power struggle. And I never understood that, because if you talk about everything up front, like Elz said, you wouldn't have that confusion going on. You should know who is in control of this situation, and when I say control, I don't mean it in a negative way where it's like something like a authoritarian type of thing.
Right.
I mean,
like, well, who's responsible? For
responsible, right? So like, I like to use the Batman and Robin term. One person might be Batman in one situation, another one be Robin, and it's vice versa. So the roles interchange. So if I'm better with managing money, and you're better with managing the children's lives, I guess. I don't say life because that's a big thing, but managing what everybody's
their schedules, maybe.
Yeah, their schedule, or what time they're going to bed and what time's dinner and all that stuff. So I just think people shouldn't have that power struggle in their relationship. You got to balance that and know what your roles are. Know what each other's roles are.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw it at you because we're gonna go around and I'm gonna end with Dr. Wilborn. So I'm gonna make you wait. I already know how she is. What happens when we are out of balance in our relationships? Because so many people are. It just happens. It's one of those things that it just I think from my experience, life's kind of like a seesaw. You go back and forth with different things, and you're a lot more serene per se when you're a little bit more balanced in life with regards to whatever it is. But we do have experiences and we do have relationships, and there are times where it's out of balance. It could be out of balance at work, where you are, have a team and you are literally holding it all for the team. When do you speak up and say something? How do you balance that out? Or it's at work and at home. And let's just say it's the chores at home. And, you got the kids, and the kids, maybe because of their schedules, they're not holding up their end of the bargain and they're not doing it. So you're doing everybody's chores, and then you're dragging yourself down. Or let's just say it's romantic, in your partnership where, you're holding up one part of the bargain and the other person isn't. And Henry, I'm going to throw you a bone with this one, even with you, the one that's always, opening up the romantic side of it, the balance there, they have people who are like, I think that it should be a two-way street with that. Yeah. And so, there's so many different ways that we need to balance. I know you're like, yeah, because I'm sure there are women out there who are saying yeah and guys out there who are saying yeah. But we need to be balanced in so many aspects of our lives, because one person starts to feel the weight of it if it's not.
I mean, I feel like in every situation you need to have like a board meeting. Like no matter what's going on. My wife and I have been together for 7 years, going on 8. And I can't tell you how many times we agreed to something and then a year later we got to reevaluate that. Like, hold up, things have changed, so now I might need you to step it up in this department, or I might need you to do this. From everything, the money, the sex, anything, we gonna have a sit down and talk about it. We ain't gonna just do something and then scratching our heads like what went wrong. No, we're gonna get a game plan together, and when that don't work, we're gonna go back to the drawing board and change it up. I mean, you have to talk about everything, and I feel like too many couples don't do that. They just go with the flow. Oh, I'll cross that bridge when it comes. Nah, man, you need to have a game plan of what you want to do and just do it. And things are gonna change. I mean, people change, okay? So you can't expect you to agree to something. You may agree to something that you realize you can't uphold anymore. So you may be the problem, not the other person. But you need to be mature enough and honest enough to recognize that. Say, listen.
Recognizing and voicing it can be two different things, though. I could recognize it all day long and be like really salty that I'm the one, holding a little bit more weight, or I'm the one that right, yeah, passive aggressive, exactly. But voicing it so that you can create that balance.
Yeah, you would be surprised at how far you would get with being open and honest about situations. I've seen a guy tell his wife, "Listen, I've been trying for years to stop cheating, and I can't. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know what else I'm going to tell you, baby. You want me to stop? I've tried to stop. I can't." So what do you do with that?
I'm going to take a break. We're going to take a break real quick, and we're going to get back on that when we get back. Henry just dropped it. What do you say about that? I'm going to go into my affirmation so I can quiet my mind, and I will have all of us respond to that on the other side of the break. Do not go anywhere. This is Relationship Tuesday on The Good Life. Relationship Tuesday Affirmations with Eileen. Repeat out loud or in your mind to open your mind. I am loved unconditionally exactly as I am now. I am peaceful, protected, and secure. I give and receive love effortlessly and unconditionally. I accept everyone as they are. I forgive myself and others. I am open to healthy and nurturing relationships. By repeating these affirmations, we begin to change our thoughts and our lives. Let's walk into the good life together.
Hi, this is Bishop Henry Bolden. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to personally extend to you, your family, and your friends this invitation to join me for worship. That's right. Come experience God on a whole new level. Join me at Perfecting Life Church this week. Make weekend plans right now. Join me for our Tuesday night life service each and every Tuesday night at 6:45 p.m. Only 45 minutes. Come as you are, dressed comfortably. Bring your family and friends with you. Also, don't forget our electrifying Sunday morning worship experience at 9:45. That's right. Come as you are and watch God do something incredible for you. Join me, Perfecting Life Church, 2025 Whitney Avenue in the beautiful city of Gretna, Louisiana. Again, that's 2025 Whitney Avenue in Gretna, Louisiana. Listen, Perfecting Life Church is a place you can call home. Bring your faith, your friends, and your family. God bless you.
Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. The Good Life Radio Show is brought to you by Carter Business Development. For information, advertising, rates, and packages, find us online at tglradioshow.com or call 504-400-7127. Open your mind and grow with the Good Life Radio Show today. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on TGLRadioshow.com. We are opening minds, living differently in the world with love, tolerance, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in. I am here in the studio with none other than Henry Jolly, Everything Elz, and Dr. Tammy Wilborn. We're going to jump into the conversation so we can make sure we get these last 10, 12 minutes in. And I want to make sure that I give a shout out to Edward Craig, who is live on Facebook, and he is going back and forth with us, giving us some information. Shout out, Craig, because actually, yin yang, I have that tattooed on my body. Oh, hey, Ashley. That's Henry's wife. She's watching live as well. And so he was saying that we are getting into some deep waters here. And Henry and Elz, I'd love y'all to give us a summary, because for those of y'all who don't watch live, you missed some stuff during the break. But we went into the conversation of, because Henry threw out before the break of the guy who was cheating, and he told his wife basically that is just what it is. So Henry, kind of bring us back up to speed.
Yeah, I mean, the dude was being as real and as transparent as you could possibly be. He just told his wife, listen, I'm sorry. I know you keep catching me cheating. Keep catching me because it's what I want to do, and I'm not trying to hurt you, but I'm not going to stop. So I'm just being real. So the wife had
Elz's face. And you were getting thick.
The wife had a choice to make, am I going to stay or leave? So if she want that man,
should I go?
But look, if she want that man, there's a lot to digest. So she got to say to herself, okay, do I feel like I could do better? Do I want to do better? That's the main thing. Do I want to do better? And what is better? Because what if this guy, and this is for her standards, what if this guy is the perfect man outside of that, okay? He lies about this one thing, but now he's decided to not lie about it anymore. Okay. So now he's being honest about something that makes him not a liar anymore. I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm just saying,
no, I
in her head,
a different perspective.
The choice she has to make. So she can get rid of him and get something else.
But a lot of people find themselves in this situation. This isn't like, just a random thing that we think is so. Look, this is real life. It's not just, guys. This is women too. But see, on both sides, yeah.
But see, you know what's crazy? What if she had, this hypothetical because I don't know this for a fact, but what if she had like some odd fetish or something that she had never been saying to him because she's scared, he might judge me a certain way. So now here's her time to come out the closet now. I
think that would have been that would have been a perfect time for her to say whatever odd fetish that she had.
Right.
That was perfect timing. Yeah. Like I'd have said, whatever the fetish was, if you like to lick feet, then that's your business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now would be the perfect
cheese in between
time to it would be the perfect time to say that.
I hate toes.
But I think if we were just saying this off air toes. Though, when you said the scenario of the man, being honest, saying, I want multiple women, not just you. Like I told you off air, you have to respect his honesty for a lot of
I'd rather you tell me than not tell me.
Too. I'd rather you just be upfront and honest and say, you know what, I'm gonna cheat. That's
what's the reward though? See, he want to be rewarded for telling you the truth.
Your reward could be freedom.
Your reward would be freedom. You get a lot of women. You know what I mean?
The reward is not living with the shame, the fear, and the guilt anymore. That's your reward.
The weight of the guilt is weighing down.
What are you talking about? Lose his girl? He already lost one.
He has many of them. You can go. You can now be free. You can get 35 to 60 women at a time if you want. I just won't be one of them. And you have to respect her. I think when you come honest about that, you have to respect her choice and say, when I do come honest, there's a possibility that I may lose her,
Right.
Am I willing to do that? You need to understand that may be a consequence, You can't expect her to be, babe, that's totally fine. You want to be with 16 women? Well, I'll be number 17.
Right.
Women are not always, that on board, So you have to respect her just like she's going to respect you. I would just tell them personally, like, hey, thank you for your honesty. I don't want to be with you. But, some girl down the line would appreciate that.
Yes.
And you're going to find somebody who does, accept that,
And Henry, we've had this conversation. There are people who are down for it because they're not looking for a relationship right now. But if someone is looking for a relationship, I don't think that you should hurt people. Why go into it and hurt somebody else when you're going to hurt them because they want an exclusive relationship and you're not willing to offer it?
Here's what's funny about the whole thing. So the wife was like, well, go be with her. He's like, I don't want her. I want you, but I'm just playing with her. Like, I want to have fun with her, but I want you for real. See what I'm saying? So, obviously, it's not that easy to find another one of her, and he don't want another one of her. He want her. So,
well, no, he doesn't.
I mean,
he wants her, and
it is very. I mean, you can find a ample amount of women. Polygamy is becoming very popular nowadays. Yeah. Find somebody who's involved with that community. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't bring down another woman or hurt another woman because just like you say, hurt people. It's a continuous cycle. You don't string nobody along. And I don't know how much time they had invested, but just say they were just 15 years in. You know what I mean? You just wasted 15 years of my life because now I have to leave you.
Now
you know
I'm
what I mean?
salty.
Like now I'm very salty. So.
And now she might go get with another dude that do the same thing. Now you're gonna waste more time. So stick with that one.
No.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. No. Dr. Wilborn, help us out, please. I don't know if I can help these folks. I mean, I think it definitely goes back to, again, knowing who you are and what you can accept and what you cannot accept, because I think it's very true that there are people who engage in polyamorous relationships and are quite fulfilled, and it's not necessarily because they're in a hurt spot, but in terms of sexual and affectional attraction, they're open to multiple sexual partners, and that's
and here's the thing, consent is sexy as, okay. And so if everybody is consenting to the design of the relationship, you good, right? So in the case of Henry's what I like to call case study, you know, if in the husband's honesty, the wife's response was, I appreciate your honesty, this hurts me, and then whatever she reflected on and decided that was something she was willing to consent to, then she gets to do that, and that relationship is intact, and so on and so forth. But the problem becomes when you don't have equal consent in the relationship, and so, you know,
out of balance.
It's in balance, right? I mean, and you know, Henry's point was I think perfect insofar as, and Elz, she made this point earlier too, is that you start off communicating what are the parameters of the relationship. But relationships evolve over time. People evolve within those relationships over time. And so the original contract of the relationship may need to be renegotiated. We need to come back to the table and talk about it. Now, if we came back to the negotiation table and you said, you know, I got this boo I've been... If that's not a part of the contract for you, contract's off, right? We done. And so, but that requires a level of self-honesty first. You got to be honest with yourself in terms of what you can deal with in a relationship. Personally, my value is monogamy. So if my husband came to me and said, you know, we was sort of renegotiating this contract for him to include somebody else, I would say, you know, you're a good guy, I love you, you're a great father, but that's not something I know I cannot be in this relationship and be good to you as your partner with this part in our relationship. It's not going to work.
Right.
But that's me being honest with myself. Now, everybody's not honest with themselves for whatever reason. And I think that's where counseling comes into play, because you got to look at what is it about me that allows me to engage in a relationship that I know is not good for me, but I'm going to do it anyway, you know? And I hear a lot of women say in particular, I don't want to be alone. I don't want, you know, some man is better than having no man at all. And I always tell people there is no worse state of loneliness than to be lonely in a relationship. You got a lot of lonely people in relationship.
For real. Could I get an amen on that?
It's true.
Because there's imbalance.
God, I don't want to be alone. Girl, you already alone. What you talking about?
Yes. I don't want you sitting in my house and I gotta wonder what you there for.
What you there for?
What
Or
you
if
there for?
I'm in bed, but you not. You somewhere else. Come on.
Hello.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that they're already in a relationship. They single. I don't want to be single, girl. You've been single for the last 3 years. Every
Right.
man has been home. You're not single.
Henry's laughing and he's like, it's
You
so
better go,
true.
Yes.
Right.
You better go sit down with a puppy and a billy goat in the corner and keep you some company, baby.
No, ma'am, Pam, right?
Right
What you
now.
said?
Pam.
That is ridiculous. I find I was just watching something yesterday with Tamara Mari, and she was saying, I love being sometimes when you're single, a lot of women don't want to hear that it's okay to be single. You know, her mom used to tell her all the time, when you're single, it's your time to learn yourself and just let God rub up all on you and love up on you. You know, let him work on you. That's your time to work on you. How are you going to be in a relationship if you don't even know how to be by yourself?
Yes.
You have to make yourself whole and learn how to be by yourself before you can be with anybody else. You don't go in a relationship half. You go in it whole.
Absolutely.
You know?
You can't find yourself in somebody else.
Yes.
But
Henry.
many people do. Go ahead, sorry.
I mean, I can't really add to that. I mean, that was 100. I've always felt that way. I feel like, you know, when you're single, that's your off season. That's training camp to get ready for the regular season. Once you find that person who's worthy of having your time, I don't feel like people should just jump into relationships. You know, people took the time out to get to know somebody first. Like, really, just get to know them. Don't even start off with all of this. Oh, I just love you so much. No, like, let's just be cool.
Do you really love me? I think, like, when you really love, like,
you don't
do
even
you
know me.
You don't
Yeah,
even know
like,
me
I
to
might
love
be
me.
crazy
'Cause
is all
I have
I
all
do.
kind of stuff I didn't tell you yet.
Yes.
So I know you, you know what I'm saying?
I'm showing you the good side of me. You ain't gonna get the bad side yet. My bad side is so ugly. You're not gonna like it.
That's so true. You're like, you don't even know me yet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We are opening minds to living differently in the world. We had the full team in here today. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Henry, give us information on how people can find you.
All right, so Instagram, HenryJolly_counselor, and also my phone number is 504-259-8671, 504-259-8671.
Everything else, she is here the first Tuesday of every month. I'm excited that she is a part of the family. Tell us how we can follow you.
It alarmed me when he gave out phone numbers. I'm thinking, are we giving out phone numbers on air? Because I don't know if I want to do that. I was just like, what's happening? You guys can follow me on Instagram at everything_Elz, and that's on Twitter as well at everything_Elz. My contact and booking email and everything else is on my Instagram page. You can contact me through there, and it's always a pleasure to be up here with you guys. I enjoy myself.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Girl, you are a wonderful addition to the crew. And Dr. Tammy Wilborn, how can they follow you? And tell us about your wellness in January, wellness experience, I should say.
Second annual Black Women's Wellness Conference registration is going on now, so register at bwwc18.eventbrite.com. Register now. Your lovely host here, Eileen Carter, is going to be the MC for the event, and we're so excited about that. Outside of that, WilbornClinicalServices.com. We're on Facebook under Black Women's Wellness Conference 2018 and Wilborn Clinical Services. Follow us.
Follow me now because, I'm not a hot girl. But open your mind to living differently in the world. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Relationship Tuesday. You can go online at tglradioshow.com, catch up on all of your shows. And tomorrow, I'm really excited. I told you we had a bunch of new segments. We're going to have the barbers, or some of the barbers, from Case Close. It'll be Barbershop Talk. Wait, that's your people? Yeah. That's my people. Jay Strickland he keeps me fresh and faded. So if you're wondering who keeps me together, it is, look, I put him all on blast. Jason Strickland. I said his government name. So people can be like, calling Jason today. But thanks for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. Open your mind, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.